96 in front of you, run the top. Outside. Outside, 18 inside here. Clear up. Nick's the biggest asshole out here.
Now we know who the biggest asshole is out here.
Yeah.
96.
The 96.
Thank you, Erik Jones, for letting us know.
We were talking about this before the show. We haven't had Erik Jones audio very much. We need to actually. Has he been on the show? He did Vegas.
He did Vegas.
He should be on the show, though.
We should get him on the show. Actually, I talked to a couple new recruits this weekend about on the show. William Byron wants to come on.
Okay.
I think he was on in Vegas, right?
Was he?
I think he was back. No,
I don't think he was backstage. He was backstage. Did he not
Maybe.
come on the
Is he
show?
old enough to come on in Vegas? I don't know.
I don't think he was old enough. He wasn't admitted. He was only allowed backstage.
Could he get into the casinos in Vegas?
No. No, he wasn't 21.
I don't think he's... Oh, he is now. When's his birthday?
He's not 21 yet.
He turns it this year, though.
It's in November.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe he should
Byron's
come on
birthday.
for his birthday.
He should. Yeah, if we do the thing again from
We should
the
celebrate.
thing, the podcast.
If we do the
again.
thing, this thing? Yeah.
We could celebrate
his
We could have
birthday on the podcast.
Celebratory shots or something
Drinks.
for him. That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
No, he wants to come on the show.
Yeah, who else?
I'll be honest with you, that's the only one I
That's really it.
Well, we were standing. A few of us had to do so me, William, Austin, Dillon, and Chase had to do something for Darlington on Saturday night, like a Q&A, and with a bunch of fans. And we were standing outside, and it was after the Xfinity race, and it was a while after the Xfinity race actually. But there were people walking on the side of the street, and one yelled "glass hole" from the fence. I was like, oh, cool. And then he asked me how it was going, and then that got into a conversation of you should be on it. So we're here now. Now I just have to make the connection.
To get William on the show? Or
Yeah.
you have made the connection. We just got to make
we have to make it happen.
the booking agent connection.
We'll make that connection.
We have to go through Hendrick Motorsports.
Right.
To go through his agents.
So that's fun.
So that's fun. So I'm just new recruits.
Yeah.
Speaking of recruits, you missed Dave last week.
Yeah, you
I'm
did.
so upset. How did he do?
He actually did well.
I haven't had the chance to
Did pretty
listen
well.
to the episode.
What was his post-race reaction like? What did he think of after the show?
Really no differently than what he thought before the show, I guess. He sometimes listens.
Was it tamer with Dave on the show?
It was a little tamer.
Okay.
It was tamer because Ryan's mom was in the room too. I was
Lisa
intimidated.
came.
I was intimidated by your mom.
So I didn't know that my mom was coming. And,
I'm glad I wasn't there. I would have been really intimidated.
Yeah, she sat in.
Yeah.
And I asked her if she wanted to come on the show too, and she didn't want to. But yeah, she was there. She was my dad's chaperone and stuff. Make sure he
She was his
didn't-
PR.
Didn't have too much fun. Yeah, didn't say anything he shouldn't have said.
She was just like sitting in one of those red chairs in
Yeah.
the corner of the studio, just
Staring.
watching us. And
Did you feel like maybe you were on a first date and the parents had to come along? The first date with Ryan?
he sat in between us, so
Yeah.
We're gonna go to the movie.
I was waiting for him to give you the talk.
Yeah.
Like, listen, you better have him home by 10 o'clock.
What was the highlight of having old Dave on the show?
We talked about the urinals a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, that
The
link
street
I said
urinals.
about the street urinals?
He was not impressed by that at all.
I feel like his love of YouTube was kind of a He loves YouTube.
Oh, he's a YouTuber.
He's a YouTuber.
Does he watch like the product drops and unwraps? Like, what does he watch on YouTube?
I think he goes down that rabbit hole of things. Like, he'll watch old races. He loves watching old sprint car races on YouTube because there's a ton of them out now. And then I think that just leads into other stuff.
Yeah.
He'll send me videos of some weird things that is really random. He liked the drive-by, the bicycle drive-by. It was pretty funny.
Kid rides on a bike, hops off the bike, punches another kid, then hops back on the bike and drives off. Yeah.
Okay.
The bike still rolls.
Hit and run.
It's pretty amazing.
When I was cutting
Hit and
the
ride.
episode together,
Hit and ride.
when I was cutting the episode together, though, I was watching his reactions, and he's kind of like a hype guy.
Yeah.
Like, he would laugh at a lot of things, and he would really kind of build up the confidence, and then he'd insult Ryan, and then it was just
perfect.
There was some insults in there.
Yeah.
He took some shots at me.
face for radio type thing.
You don't ever really know your parents, don't you think? You never get to know your parents as real people. You just know them as your parents.
mom and dad,
I think when you get older, you get a little bit more of a sense of maybe who they are, but I don't think you ever really know your parents.
I think, as you get older, I think they start to lay back a little bit more, but obviously.
I still don't feel like you get a good sense of what they were like when they were in their 20s or 30s or any of that.
Oh, definitely not. I'd like to know, though, because they were kids just like us at one point,
But I think that is your reference. You are your reference for what your parents were like as kids.
Maybe.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Like, I know my dad liked to party. I can see that from the pictures of him in the
I think my mom was a
60s and
little
70s.
wild, not like super wild, but she's very tame now.
I think it's weird. I think the most parents are not okay. Parents, most people in there, who are a little bit older now, 50s, 60s, like they used to be the wild ones. The calm ones now used to be like the really super wild ones back in the day, back in their 20s and teens era. And I think that's pretty neat. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
No, I agree.
I want to ask my dad though of some sprint car stories back when he was 20 or 25 years old. Like, what are you doing with my age?
Yeah, maybe the transition happens like when you have a kid. Like he waits to tell you these stories once you're a parent, and he feels like there's a better connection.
Well, Emma's going to have a kid in December, so maybe that'll
you can observe.
Yeah, maybe she'll share
some.
He'll share some trade secrets
or
with her.
I'll just come over with the baby.
The baby.
And be like, hey, Dad.
Tell me
It's
about
not mine, but it's related to me. And tell me about your childhood. Tell me about when you were 25 years old.
What was it like?
earmuffs.
I had a really good transition, but I don't know if I want to use it. It's like, speaking of transitions.
Oh, that was actually pretty good. I think that was a fine transition.
That's a fine transition.
That was good.
Yeah. We were at the Lady in Black this weekend.
Yeah.
And somebody posted on Reddit what the NASCAR drivers would look like as ladies.
It was fantastic.
It was.
If you haven't had the
frightening.
opportunity to check it out,
It was pretty nuts.
I
People
gotta
got too much
say,
time on their hands.
I gotta say though, there were some very surprisingly good-looking female versions of NASCAR drivers.
And then some surprisingly not.
Were you surprised by the ones that didn't?
Clint Boyer?
Were you surprised he didn't make a good woman?
No, but I'm just saying, Clint Boyer, woof.
Yeah, there was a couple bad ones.
Yeah.
Whoever created those, they did some people, like their hair, they screwed with them. Because I think like Erik Jones's hair
Looks like Erik
also
Jones.
William Byron's hair.
Oh, yeah, William's hair. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. He's got the bad one. They did Brad really bad with his hair.
That's like
there's a couple of mullets on there.
There is.
Yeah.
AJ Allmendinger's got a mullet. There were a couple that's like, I don't really know who this is.
I was eventually able to figure out all of them.
All of them? So is that Justin Allgaier down there at the bottom?
There were a couple at the bottom that I really had a hard time. I think that's Allgaier.
Yeah.
And then that one.
Which one?
Is that Reddick? That looks like a girl I went to high school with.
Who's that?
I'm not kidding.
That one looks like Di Benedetto.
Oh.
That's Di Benedetto.
That might be Di Benedetto.
Look at Cole Custer underneath.
We're looking at all of these photos. You need to go to NASCAR
You really
Reddit,
do.
or I've probably retweeted it at this point. Kim's retweeted it.
Yeah.
It was tweeted to us.
Who do you guys think was the best looking female male driver?
Who do you think?
I thought.
I know who I think.
What do you think?
Well, first of all, I want to give a nod of I don't know what the word is. Maybe a consolation prize to you. You were pretty cute. Like the girl next door.
so you're not the best looking male chick, but
you were pretty cute.
You're like
you were
a
very
runner up.
very natural girl next door.
Well, I don't wear a lot of makeup.
Yeah,
so.
no, it's very natural beauty.
Hey.
I gotta say, Jimmy Johnson and Paul Menard were some smoke shows.
Let me see Jimmy. I thought, dude,
and
Paul Menard. Well,
Paul Menard.
Paul Menard's
I didn't know who that was for a long time. I was looking. I'm like, someone
Paulina.
just threw an actual girl in here because this looks legit. And they're like, no, it's Paul. I'm like,
You can definitely tell in the eyes.
Yeah, but that's where his eyes work.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like those model eyes that just sort of slightly
the
dead eyes,
smizing.
the smizing.
Yeah.
No real expression.
You're
mysterious.
like, what are you thinking?
What's going on in that brain
She's
of yours?
giving. She's like undressing you with her eyes.
Paul is.
Paul.
I
But
thought
they were banging for me. Paul and Jimmy.
wait, nope. Not gonna.
Banging as in
They were
adjective.
attractive ladies.
Attractive females.
What about you, Chuck? Who did you like?
I'm on. I'm on board with the Menard Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnson looks like
Johnson
an
and
actual
Menards.
actor. I feel like there's an actress or somebody famous that he looks
Yeah.
like. I mean, Jimmy lives a perfect life anyway. Would you ever guess he wouldn't make a good-looking female?
No, he's a good-looking dude, so he'd make a good-looking female. Jimmy, Paul, and I think Chase looks pretty
Chase,
good.
yeah, Chase.
He's got some.
I saw
some interesting complexion about him.
Yeah.
His eyes.
What did the app? There's an app. It's called the Face app, and I downloaded it and had a little bit of fun. We did one of Kim.
Yeah.
I did one of myself. I look like a weird librarian girl.
Joey eerily looks like Brittany, his wife. Like they share similarities.
Eric Almirola looks like a good-looking like mom. She's like he looks like the good-looking mom who has like
Suarez isn't bad.
kid in high school. Suarez isn't bad. It's really weird, man.
Yeah.
Looking at.
Well, did you see the one
really
of Kim?
Weird. No.
Kim looks like a 45-year-old man.
I look like a handsome man right there.
I need to.
I would date me.
Would you me? I'd me. That's Kim.
Oh my God!
Right? That's a handsome looking man.
That's so crazy.
And then that's Chuck, right
Chuck
there.
is terrifying. Chuck looks like your third grade
Velma.
science teacher.
It's Velma from
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, yeah.
I did see some good responses on Twitter. There was, dang, Clint Boyer hit every branch on the ugly tree. Blaney looks like the wholesome girl next door. Oh, this was good. Wait, I found Blaney and might need to ask for that phone number.
Yeah, I saw
sliding into Blaney's DMs right now.
I saw that one. It was pretty funny. Oh man, that's something right there. That's pretty funny.
What?
I didn't know that app
Ashley
existed.
Parlett had some good reactions. Did you see hers on Twitter?
She did. Yeah.
About like Bubba. Bubba looks like the woman that's strong, independent, doesn't need a man.
It's pretty funny stuff.
It was good.
Glorious. As we look, as I'm.
What's happening?
We went to the 3-shot and my cable come unplugged, so I was just trying to re-plug back in. I thought I saw one that it looked kind of like a soccer team.
Are you going to share?
Huh? What? Share what?
Soccer team?
No. It looked like
it looked like the whole roster
of a soccer team.
Yeah.
Especially with the race winner's hair. Did you see he's got that sort of
yeah.
He's got a lot of people said this. Yeah. I need to speak to the manager haircut.
Yeah. It's very
They
angry.
did a bad job with Keselowski because his daughter Scarlett is so cute, and Scarlett looks like Brad's baby pictures, but that does not look like Scarlett.
But Scarlett's also got her mom's genes, so
a little bit.
That would help, I think.
Yeah.
But the lovely ladies of NASCAR took on the lady in black and all kinds of ladiness. Why am I saying lady a lot?
I don't know. Lady is the
Why
word
would
of,
I say a word a lot?
Lady is the word of the week.
Lady is the word of the week.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Think about it. The lady in black, the ladies of NASCAR.
Right. Yeah.
The luscious ladies of NASCAR are next up on the stage here at the Peppermint Rhinoceros.
I wish one of them would change their profile picture on social media to their girl
Do it.
photo. I
Do
dare
it.
you.
I don't know about that.
What you
I might
should
get
do
some
is
followers.
you should test and make a catfish somebody.
Ooh.
And you make like
Ryan
what is
Blaney.
the Tinder? Make a Tinder
Make a
or
Tinder
a
with
Bumble account, because isn't Bumble
Just with-
more like
just with that
women
photo?
forward? With
Yeah.
that photo.
Just one photo.
One photo.
Yeah.
I feel like you should Photoshop it though, awkwardly onto other. Take that head and just sort of.
Yeah. Like I'm going hiking because I'm an adventurous
Yeah.
girl and stuff, and I go to comedy shows because I'm funny.
I wonder how many swipe rights you would get.
I don't know. I wonder how many people. I wonder what the first person to call me out about it is, but I'm not going to do that. But speaking of calling things out,
You could hang out with this lady in Homestead.
yeah, win a Trant.
We're talking too much about the ladies.
I'm so confused right now. Win a trip to Miami for Ford Championship weekend. Listen for this week's championship getaway word of the week. It's lady. And then go to homesteadmiamispeedway.com/glasscase to enter to win a trip to Miami to
You
meet
get to
us.
meet us.
The lovely ladies of the Glass Case of Emotion.
Yeah. Yeah, people don't know we're all chicks.
Yeah. When I came home from the hospital in 1983,
Oh,
I came
for a
home in
second
a
I thought-
gown. Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
When you said I came home from the hospital, I was like, "Did you have an accident?" This
No, I
weekend?"
had.
You finished the story.
Yeah, I finished the story.
I thought you had a surgery or something.
No, that was back in the day when they didn't have gender reveals and all that stuff. So when I was born, parents were like, "Well, you got a 50-50 shot here." So they bring a gown.
It's a gown.
They had 2 names for me. They
A
had
unisex gown.
Also,
Yeah.
if you get christened, boys get christened in gowns.
yeah.
Babies.
It's. I feel like it's easier to put a baby in a gown They just put
Yeah,
pants
when
on
you
a
gotta
baby.
change a diaper and all that.
You just lift up the gown, take the diaper off, or just not have them wear a diaper. And if they're wearing a gown, it'll just drop out on the ground and you just keep walking.
Then you're gonna have shrapnel in the gown.
Oh no!
Well, the inside of the gown. You don't want to ruin a gown.
No, you really don't want to ruin your gown.
But
it's a lovely gown because you got to pass that gown on.
Yeah, I wish. Like we talked about, I wish they would just unveil the cars, Darlington cars, that day with Austin Dillon did. Which is cool.
Oh yeah,
that's what they should do
Bubba.
again with babies.
Just reveal it.
No
on the
gender
day.
reveal. Just be like,
It's the way it used to be. That's old school. That's a throwback.
Yeah.
You show up at the hospital. I
Is
don't
it a
know.
boy
It didn't
or
have-
is it a girl?
We got Catherine picked out if it's a girl and Charles if it's a boy. Let's see what happens.
yeah,
Hey, I'm Charles.
yeah. Don't buy any of.
I agree.
Don't buy any
Gender specific things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
gowns,
They make enough neutral,
Neutral.
baby things
Yeah.
that it doesn't matter.
shoes. You can buy normal shoes,
You know,
Nikes.
and why are we imposing this on a
New
child
Balance.
at such an early age?
Oh,
you
don't
know?
get me started on gender specific colors. It's made up.
Everything's made up. Life's made up. Life
It
isn't
is.
real.
Life is not real. Oh, I do wanted to ask.
That's not real. Living a
We
lie
totally
right now.
skipped
Living a lie,
over,
man.
Fantasy.
Darlington, Brad winning, but there's this video of you walking out to congratulate him.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's going to hit you, and he stops mid burnout.
Yeah. Well, I was walking back after the race, and I was going to see Brad, and he was pulling in the pits, and I'm walking up, and he kind of does like a burnout to the right, and I'm still looking at him. I'm like, don't hit me. And then he does a burnout to the left, and I just kind of stood there and looked at him, and then I was
So
going to
he
go over
saw
there.
you?
Oh, he did. Yeah, he saw me, and I gave him a thumbs up, and then I walked away. But yeah, he did a half burnout for me on pit road, which was nice.
That was twice that night that he almost hit somebody doing a burnout. If you watch the the race, the replay, not the
I don't
replay,
think
but
I
when
saw it.
NBC goes out to interview,
Oh, really?
so he's doing a burnout there. They're sort of at the start finish line,
Who did
and
they send out
camera
there?
it was Rutledge,
Rut, maybe?
I think it was Rutledge. I don't know. It was at end of day drinking, so I'm not really sure who it was. But camera guy's standing there, and you see the bumper, the rear end of the quarter panel of the car coming up, and there's bumper, and it's like, oh, he almost hit the camera guy.
Oof.
Now, camera guy was zoomed in a little bit, but
Right.
it was still kind of one of those, he's doing these close burnouts.
He likes doing those.
Yeah.
He did
Car
one
control.
after the
Yeah.
Saturday race, but car control.
Swept the weekend car control for Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, yeah. But no, it was good. It was good.
Ooh, that's good.
Speaking of control,
Oh?
I'm scanning through
You
the.
scanning?
I'm trying to see.
Control of the
We're
universe.
out of control of this serial cat killer
Hey.
in Washington State.
Hey.
So apparently, I think he's killed. I thought I read 14 cats in
So
the
many
last
cats.
12 months.
13th killed, 13th, that was Friday of September 2nd, was the 13th cat.
Yeah.
And a string of brutal cat murders.
If you read the article that at least the New York Times had, it almost sounds like they're murdering people. It was like the team, which includes a homicide detective, was to meet Thursday to put together a game plan for hunting down the cat killer. It found the person could face as much as 2 years in prison for each cat.
For each
Killed.
cat. Oh wow. Well, it's animal cruelty.
No, it really is. We, as much as we don't like cats on this show, it's not okay to kill the cats. Let's
No.
get this correct.
We talk a big game about not liking cats, and
Yeah, but
Don't
we
kill
like
cats.
all animals.
I like animals.
Did you
To
read
live.
where they talked about one of the cats that had got killed? The killer has not been seen on video anywhere. The only slip up was a surgical glove that was found near a cat called Tubby in Olympia, and potentially some DNA from Ollie, a fluffy white cat that was killed at the beginning of August in West Olympia. Because, listen to this, Ollie had fought back, and her nails are being tested. So she must have some
Got some
DNA of the
DNA
killer
in her
under
nails.
the nails.
It's like some CSI shit.
What's happening over there, Chuck?
Did
It's not
the
funny.
tubby cat get you? The first one.
Here's the thing. It's not funny, but the way it's written in the
Yeah.
New York Times article is funny.
Well, and, I mean, they've got the Thurston County, they have a map of where all of the cats have been found.
Is there any specific
I
mapping
don't
grouping?
see. They might.
Are they like making the shape of a cat?
Well, there's kind of a tail there, and maybe that's the hindquarters of a cat.
So he's only like a third of the way done. He's
Yeah.
not going to stop. It's
He's
like
gonna
the
have
Zodiac
to
killer.
He's going out of like Olympia, like he's running out of room. If he's making the
I
cat.
wonder if he really is like a serial killer. I mean, he's very apparently surgical about killing the cats. Do you ever transition? Like, is
Yeah.
that how serial killers
Yeah.
get started? Ones that
Jeffrey
kill people?
Dahmer.
Yeah.
Oh, he started killing cats?
I don't know if he
Started killing
he would
animals.
kill animals
Yeah.
and then like put them in acid to see what it would do to, and which is what he ended up doing.
That would be my concern
Right.
if I were the homicide detective put on this case.
Well, I think that's why they're making a big deal out of
And
it.
why
When
they're
does-
treating it like
when
a
does he
true
make
homicide.
the transition to humans?
Because if he does, then you've already got this, you know his patterns. You're studying this. You're studying his patterns. You're studying a serial killer.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick on someone your own size.
It's up.
Pick up a.
I hope.
Go try to kill a leopard or a cougar and see
Right.
how that works out for you.
That would not end well.
What if he killed a cat like somewhere near where there's like mountain lions or like actual wildcats?
Then a mountain
they
lion
came
and got
after
him.
him.
Yeah. They
Standing
killed one
up
of
for
their
the-
own.
Karma. Karma's a bitch.
Karma is a bitch.
One of these days, cats are going to strike back at him.
Did you see? Speaking of striking back at things, there was a theme of Indiana Jones and Darth Vader went back in time and killed Hitler.
I like your transition there.
Yeah,
With things striking. That's good. That
Yeah.
was probably the best transition you had. He was
We've ever
talking about
had.
Empire Strikes Back, by the way. Yeah. Or were you referencing
yes.
that? Okay, good.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Also, it worked with striking back at Hitler. There's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Explain.
You thought about that one,
Explain the
didn't you?
conspiracy theory.
So the conspiracy theory is that James Earl Jones and Harrison Ford appeared in what was it? It was the Jack Ryan movies back in 1992, Patriot Games,
Oh, those were some
Clear
good
and Present
ones.
Danger. So they worked together back then. Harrison Ford went back in time in 1938 as Indiana Jones to take on the Nazis.
True.
James Earl Jones traveled into the future, but to a galaxy far, far away. Into the past to go after Hitler and his time traveling companion, because the actor who plays
This is a reach.
it is a reach, but it's based off of the actors. So
Yeah.
plays the guy in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. He's also an Imperial
It's like 6 degrees of
general.
separation.
Yeah, and then this guy that Darth Vader chokes,
Yeah.
the Force
Is
choke,
that your...
played Hitler in Raiders of the the last one, Raiders of the Lost Ark. No. Last Crusade. Last Crusade. You know, in 1938 when Indiana Jones goes to the book burning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
Huh.
Same Hitler, guy that gets force choked.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my favorite thing where
So,
he drinks out of the
So then
wrong cup.
Indy doesn't get that guy, but he gets Hitler's henchman. So that's
That's
the whole.
not the picture I
yeah.
thought it was.
It's a lot of
That's fine.
storyline.
It is a lot of storyline, but it's a
That's
good like a series of memes.
way-
Yeah.
I guess if
So.
you're really into both of those movies,
Yeah.
it would be fun. Which I like both of those movies, but that's a
I've never been the biggest like Indiana Jones watcher.
stretch.
for
I liked
some
Indy
reason.
when I was
Yeah.
younger. That was
no.
like one of my favorite series.
Yeah.
Also, you had the what was that? Universal, like the Indiana Jones
Universal
experience,
Studios.
little live action.
Yeah. Cracking the whip.
When they had the Adventures of Young Indiana Jones.
I wasn't.
It wasn't
Really
that good
into
of a
that.
show, but
Harrison Ford was super dreamy back in the day.
He
they
still
should
is.
not
He
have
is.
done the fourth one though. The Crystal
Oh, the
Skull.
where with like the aliens come
Yeah.
or whatever. I
Yeah,
didn't
with
even
Shia
see
LaBeouf.
that.
Oh,
Yeah,
Shia.
Yeah,
LaBeouf.
LaBeouf.
Zero from. No, he's not Zero from Holes. Sorry.
he was in Holes.
He wasn't
was in
Holes,
Holes.
but he
Yeah.
wasn't Zero in Holes.
Yeah,
Kind of sounded weird.
that did sound weird. You know what else sounds weird?
What?
Things that. All right, let me ask you this.
Okay.
I went down a rabbit hole over the weekend. Do you remember the Berenstain Bears?
Yeah.
How do you remember it being spelled?
I don't.
With an E or an A?
An A.
I thought it was with an E.
It's
So-
with an E.
So there is a theory out there that it used to be spelled with the E, and now it has become the A because of a rift in the space-time continuum, also known as the Mandela effect.
Yeah. This whole Mandela effect. I got to check this website out because
The Looney Tunes, though,
looked
that
at
was
it.
definitely spelled Tunes.
Yeah, because of the Merry Melodies.
Yeah, of
So it's
Looney
Looney
Tunes.
Tunes.
And then it changed to Tunes.
Apparently, well, people think that it was originally
People just have bad memories.
Right.
well, maybe they just changed the.
The
Spelling
number
of
of
it.
states is very
But-
confusing.
The other one that got me was Chick-fil-A versus Chick-fil-A.
Right.
How's Chick-fil-A spelled? You go there a good bit.
CHICK-FIL-A.
Yeah. Indeed. Do you think it used to be?
There's some people without the
K?
C.
Oh, without the C.
Yeah.
Okay.
CHIKFLIA.
Fila.
Those people
yeah.
are just dumb.
Right.
Yeah.
But then there's also the, is it mirror, mirror on the wall or magic mirror on the wall?
Mirror, mirror.
I've always heard mirror, mirror. They said that in
Snow White.
in Shrek too. Yeah.
Whatever.
Apparently,
all of the animated ones.
according to the actual thing, it is magic mirror on the wall.
What if you
The
go
movie
to like
actually
the Grimm
said-
Brothers or something?
No. The movie.
Magic.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, 1937. What most people remember is mirror, mirror on the wall, but people are now remembering, or it is now magic mirror, so people have remembered wrong.
Incorrectly.
Man,
Maybe you should tell the queen to articulate.
Snow White, get your shit together.
What else?
But it's all based off of the fact that people thought Nelson Mandela, excuse me, they don't want me
Get you
talking about
there.
it. I'm getting,
R.I.P.
the conspiracy theorists are getting to my throat. Nelson Mandela died in the 80s in prison instead of
didn't.
living to, but there's a whole section of people that believe that he died in prison.
What?
Yep.
Are these the same people that are flat earthers?
It could be.
Probably.
Probably. It's a conspiracy theory based off of parallel universes and
Right.
such.
Can we talk about Andy Warhol drawing a penis on the moon?
Because that's part of it.
That's part of the conspiracy?
Because have you ever heard of that?
That there's art on the
Yeah.
moon? No.
You didn't hear about it until recently.
Not until you sent me that link.
I'd never heard of it. And he apparently drew a penis.
What kind of art is on the moon?
It's just a little ceramic tile that they went around to a couple of, excuse me, artists.
Choked up?
I'm getting choked up talking about it. 1969. Anyway.
What an interesting choice.
They didn't go
Because
to the moon.
you're obviously leaving this thinking that perhaps at some point extraterrestrials could also land on the moon and find your remains, or maybe in the future in a dystopian society we send more people to the moon and they find like ancient earth drawings and you choose a penis
Well,
to put on the moon.
It's like going into old caves and seeing caveman drawings in the future when everyone's going to the moon
all
like
genitalia.
nonchalant. It's like caveman drawings for
Yeah.
us. It's just dicks.
yeah. Well, how many
Penises.
ancient cave drawings involve phallic symbols?
Lots.
Yeah.
How much art involves phallic
Hey.
symbols? So much.
So why wouldn't you put that on the
Lots.
moon
I
for?
don't know a lot of caveman drawings that have those symbols. It's all like people hunting mammoths.
Yeah, but there are some cavemen that are well endowed, though. I feel like I've seen cave drawings. He's literally
That are
googling
well endowed.
caveman penis art or drawing.
One of humans' earliest drawings included an enormous phallus.
That's what
That's what they
they're
interpret that
pointing
as.
at?
But
That
see,
is
that's
not-
also. I think it's just.
Are you seeing that? No. How would you ever look at that and be like, "That's a penis"?
You're an archaeologist who hasn't been laid in 12 years because you're an archaeologist.
I think archaeologists are very attractive. Did you not see Jurassic Park?
Or Indiana Jones.
Exactly. My point exactly.
Yeah, archaeology isn't actually that exciting. I looked into paleontology as a career. It's a lot of science.
Science didn't suit you well,
No, I don't do numbers well.
It's not like it is in the movies
Yeah.
where you're like, I found this secret.
and you're like,
You're not fighting off Nazis
digging.
digging up dinosaur bones.
Yeah.
Like, that's not. You're just really.
I
sifting
do
through
wonder
dirt.
in the real field of archaeology and paleontology when the first person comes upon that bone, that dinosaur bone. Let's clarify the dinosaur bone. We are talking about phallic things. If they make as big of a deal in the movies, where it's like they're shouting and yelling, and it's what are you laughing
Sorry,
at?
the next article was a brief history or a brief guide to the not safe for work history of penis art.
Hey man, it's art.
But it
Which
goes, yeah,
is a great transition.
goes back to the Greeks.
It goes back to my rant.
Your rant.
I was in Iowa last week, and I went to the. What are you? Oh, that's an eel.
That is not an eel.
Looks like a rabbit.
It's like a goat eel penis hybrid.
That someone is riding.
He's riding it.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
cars were back then.
Google a brief guide to the not safe for work history of penis art on Huffington
Is there-
Post, and
is
you
the
can see this
name-
article.
Is the name of the art of that penis art right there, so they can actually look it up?
It's called part.
No.
Maybe
Unless
it's
that's
fake
it, yeah.
then.
Oh, penis
Oh,
trees.
that's
That is a penis
Those
tree.
are bag of dicks. It's
They're picking them off a tree.
been a while since we talked about bag of dicks.
Money doesn't grow on trees, but dicks do.
Dicks grow on trees. What I was getting at, though, I went to the Des Moines Art Center and it was so lovely. And I posted a photo of one of my favorite pieces in the gallery, which happened to be like this, like all these different shapes and colors and patterns. But then there was a naked woman, and she was not anything. It wasn't anything lewd. Her nipples were showing, but again, it was a piece of art. And I posted that on Instagram, and somebody reported me.
They do have community standards, Kim.
I'm just saying.
Well, Kim, you should know the rules of Instagram. You can't post anything
I have a
genitalia related on
I have
Instagram.
a couple problems with it, though. A, it was art. So I actually reposted it after blurring the nipples. B, they're just nipples. Men have nipples.
We do.
Free the nipple. And my final problem is that this is anonymously reported.
Right.
Come at me, bro. Not that, honestly, though, if the person listening, I'd be surprised if the person that reported was listening to this podcast.
Yeah, I doubt that they're
Probably
listening.
not.
I'm sure.
I want to know who reported it.
I'm sure the person who reported it just saw it on the Discover page and was like, "Oh, nipple."
Oh God, I can't look at these.
Oh God! Oh my God, it's a nipple, and just reported it. But yeah, I mean,
yeah, but if you're like, just don't like scroll past it.
people are. It's 2018, Kim. People are easily offended.
People don't scroll past anything these days.
It's just a nipple.
So people get offended by anything.
No, we're good with wholesale violence in films, but not the human form.
I mean, you have wholesale violence in films. You have this. I was reading an article about sex scenes in video games, like the artists that actually create the graphics for love scenes in video games.
Well,
but you
know,
can't have a piece of art on Instagram that shows a nipple.
Yeah, well, okay.
What is it?
One, if you video games, sex scenes in video games, really all those games are mature, so you have to be 18 or older. Any age of a kid can be on Instagram. I think that's where they kind of have that a little bit. But it's weird though. You look at Twitter. Twitter is full bore.
Yeah.
You know, you can do anything. You can put your butthole on Twitter.
Mike Concho over here.
It's weird.
Instagram, though, you have like
crazy how
Instagram models who they're not naked, but they're in
Close.
compromising situations with dental floss up their butts, and those don't get taken down.
Up?
Meaning like
up
very
their butts.
small. Meaning they're sandwiched in between their cheeks,
It's like a hot dog.
like a hot dog.
Like a hot dog. Okay, but
Do you never take your kid to an art museum?
I mean,
Or the people
I don't
that
have a kid.
I'm just saying the
I don't
people
either.
the people that report stuff
Well,
like that. Are you not
I-
being culturally diverse, taking them to art museums?
I went to the Pride Parade here in Charlotte a couple weeks ago with my niece and nephew.
Pissed I missed it.
And my sister. And there was like 95% of that. I was like, I can explain this to a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
5% of it, I was like, I don't know how to explain this to a 5-year-old.
Yeah, but this is just a nipple. It's literally anatomy.
Right. Well, there was like a woman walking around with like pasties and like that.
Yeah.
Like, I can explain that. When there's a guy being led by a collar dressed as a horse.
Oh, yeah. That's different.
Like, I'm like,
That's totally different.
see, kids, I'm gonna wait 13 years to take about that.
it's like, I can explain this naked woman.
Yeah.
But if it's just a piece of anatomy,
Right. I think that's fine.
it's the parents that are sexualizing it, not the kids.
Right. If you don't make it taboo, it's fine.
I don't know. I guess I just am a little more progressive in that. I took art history for like ever and ever.
Kim is more progressive. She took art history.
She's way
ladies
more-
and gentlemen.
So a nipple in a painting is not bothersome to
Way
me.
more cultural than
Yes,
we are.
she's
apparently.
so much more because art history.
I
Where'd you
didn't say
take art
that.
history?
Where?
Uh huh. Which school?
Like I took studio art, and part of it was art history.
I mean, was that at Miami or was that in
No.
Alabama?
No, like since age 8,
Oh,
like
okay.
8
I was
to
gonna say,
18.
'cause,
I wasn't saying I'm
No, I'm
more-
saying, did you learn that at Alabama or did you learn it at Miami?
No, from age 8 took studio art, and there was part of art history. You're trying to
more
make fun
fun.
of me, but you're
Trying
the
to
one
make
that
fun of
fucking
Alabama.
LARPs.
It's not LARPing.
It's not LARPing. It's reenacting. It's a thing. Calm
No,
down,
I don't
Kim.
think they have art history in Alabama.
What are you trying to say about Alabama?
I don't know. You were trying to
Now
make the
you're
Alabama
now you're
joke.
discriminating. You're always talking about, oh, I'm so offended this art. People of Alabama should be offended. You just said that about art.
Well, Chuck was the one that was going to make fun of Alabama. What were you going to say about Alabama?
What's wrong with Alabama?
I love Alabama.
No, but you asked, where did I learn this?
I was just
Miami
wondering
Rock.
which university you
are
attended.
full of shit, Chuck. You are so full of shit.
Roll Tide.
Next.
Next topic.
Well, Kim's got all that out of her system now.
Speaking of rolling tide, did you see the high school football team in California that had to cancel their season because they lost their first 2 games 102-0?
Yeah, that's bad. I would probably cancel that program as well.
Yeah.
Kids obviously aren't going to school there for football.
It was more that there were not enough people on the
Yeah.
team.
It started, they only had 18 players come out for the varsity team. And then after they lost the first two games, a couple of kids quit so they couldn't actually field a team, which if I'm their parent,
Hello?
I'm going to make them stay on that team.
Why?
Because I think that is a valuable life lesson, getting beat that bad for an entire season. You signed up to this.
I wouldn't make them stay on the team because if you read the article, the other offerings like that the school has, I would much rather be enrolled in. It was like they were expanding their horticulture, so they were going to make wine. They were also learning how to rebuild houses for all the wildfires. I'd be like, get yourself off that football field and go do something worth a damn.
That's fine. But don't start on one and then switch to the other.
Yeah, no, none of that switching.
Like, don't cancel it. Like, you made your bed. Now lay in it.
But to a certain extent, don't you think, as a child, a lot of it is trial and error? You're trying to find out what you like.
Yeah, you are trying to find out what you like, but obviously that group of people aren't that good at playing football. You're just not good at it. So, I mean, obviously these kids aren't expecting to get drafted.
No.
Yeah.
Or go to a really good college for football. I mean, you won't be going to this school.
But at the
Because
same
obviously their football program
Maybe they
is not
want to
very
be
good.
a sommelier.
I understand, and I'm all for like experiencing all types of different things to learn what you want to do, be your own person. But the flip side of that is, if you decide you want to do this and you sign up for this, stick it out to the end. Don't quit.
What
it-
if they
was it
bench
the kids'
you?
call?
Oh, they're not going to be benched.
If there's 18 kids on the
There's
team,
not gonna
you're
be benched.
playing.
No, I'm saying, was it the kids' call to cancel the season? Or was it?
Well, no, I think some of the kids quit the team after
Oh.
the first, so they didn't have enough players to field a team. So like that in
people quit.
Yeah,
I've never quit anything. Have you ever quit anything, Chuck?
one time, and I regret it to this day.
But you quit.
What did you quit?
Soccer
I
to
was
go
hop-
out for play.
I was hoping the answer was football.
No, it was soccer. It was European football.
Football.
Speaking of soccer, I saw you get nutted on an Instagram story
What?
Oh yeah,
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
Straight nutted.
Do explain.
That cross
So-
was
You weren't
not
wearing a cup?
adequately.
no.
Who wears cups playing
I don't
soccer?
know.
Yeah.
I don't play soccer.
It's very
I don't
restrictive.
have a penis, so I don't know
Yeah.
when you have to protect the penis.
It's a risk that you have to take.
What
But
sports do you have to protect the penis?
I'd
you're
say
a catcher in baseball.
I know. Yeah, baseball for sure.
Football?
And I don't think football players wear them.
They just wear the.
Baseball. So we said baseball.
But not. I don't think all the players on the baseball field. I don't know. Like
That's it. Like,
I think
why do
most
some
do, yeah.
sports
Like
want
a
to
batter.
Batter,
like,
yeah,
I would want
yeah,
to be. So
yeah.
I'm guessing they don't. If they're not up to bat, they don't go take off their cup and then put it back on.
here you go.
But maybe it's just a little slip-on thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. A Velcro.
Oh, our producer's saying all balls, not penis. You're essentially protecting the balls because of the tender areas.
And that
That is a sensitive areas. Yeah.
I'm surprised more sports, though, don't have protection for the balls.
I mean,
What about rugby? That's a very hands-on sport.
but you're running a lot.
Yeah,
in-
that's the
in
thing. When
rugby.
you run, you're not. You want more
motion.
motion.
Yeah.
Because
Like-
see, like where you're getting your support when you play sports is up
Yeah,
top because
nice,
you
tight
don't
sports
want,
bra.
yeah. So you wear compression shorts as a guy, which keeps things.
Man, the 70s were
Compressed.
a bad time.
Yeah,
Before
compressed.
compression shorts,
Yeah.
think about when they wore short shorts in sports
Or
and there weren't
well, they would
anything-
wear a jockstrap.
You remember? I mean, you remember all them big ass basketball players in the '70s, and their shorts were up to here, and you know them boys had some hang downs
Yeah.
on them.
But they were,
There's no way.
like hitting their
that's
leg.
that's where you're
Yeah.
wearing the jockstrap.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
keeps it
high and tight.
high and tight.
It keeps it
Bound.
confined into a small region.
Going back to your original thing, there was a cross that came in. We were practicing before the game. We've
Yeah.
got a game tonight too. Practicing before the game.
Watch your dick.
And somebody sent one in from the corner, and I went to raise my leg to kick it, but my leg wouldn't go that high, so I created this nice opening,
Just landing?
and it just
Well,
right in there.
it took a bounce right before it got to you.
I've got a gif of it.
I want to
Oh,
see.
there
I need
is-
to
I
see
I thought it took a bounce because all you see is you kind of jogging, ready for the cross, and then I thought
Right.
the ball came in out of nowhere and took a hop, and you couldn't get the leg.
I couldn't get my leg up to begin with, so that was the first issue.
We got to stretch more, Chuck.
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
Gotta be more
we
flexible.
were warming up. It was in the middle of warm ups. You know,
Why don't you just use your chest? Can't you
it was
chest
well.
it?
Some,
It's in that weird
when
region
it's in that weird
of like
you want to either butt trap it,
Why don't you just like duck down and
drop it down, and butt trap is a thing. There's a real thing.
Butt trap?
Yeah.
You ever see?
here we got sent a list of which sports require an athletic cup.
Oh,
With the headline, "Should your son wear a protective cup?"
it's for parents.
It's for
The
parents.
collision in contact sports they suggest is actually much longer than people think. Baseball, basketball, fencing, football, field hockey, ice hockey, lacrosse, rugby, soccer, softball, tennis, wrestling. Maybe, though, a young boy
Yeah,
is more apt to wear
when they're getting
developing.
Going. Yeah, they're developing.
You don't want to.
I could see I could definitely see fencing for sure. I'm not getting stabbed. Point. Hell no, not a fucking
a
point.
palpable hit.
I think the cups, though, in
A
fencing,
palpable move.
the cups in fencing should be like the mesh chain link.
Like their faces.
Yeah, like their faces.
That'd be pretty good. That's a no-hit zone.
Mm-hmm.
It's like boxing when they wear their pants shorts really high, so it's a smaller area to hit.
No hits below the belt.
Yeah, that's why they wear them so high.
Mm. I
is
don't
you
think
can't
I
hit
knew
below the belt.
that.
Yeah,
You're just
like they're walking around like
mind blown.
1950s.
That's
they
a
have their
good
pants
point.
way up here.
I wonder if there's statistics about people with smaller torsos being better at boxing. Oh, Chuck.
I did think about
That
Yeah.
that is
Square.
you.
I squared up to it.
Have you seen your doctor?
I'm
worried
fine.
about. I'm worried about your.
Are you peeing blood?
No, your reproduction
I don't know how well
abilities
they can see. Yeah.
after that.
Oh,
I
man.
don't think they can.
You
see
created
it.
a nice little
Oh, there.
backboard barrier into
Look at
into
the
your
fall.
hits and
your
then-
region.
You got to sell the
he
fall
goes
though.
down.
And I like how the
Did you-
teammate didn't even like help you or nothing.
No, he laughed.
Just laughed.
was
Were
laughing.
you? What's the word I'm looking for?
In pain? Yes.
No, like making it more dramatic than it was. Like when people get fouled on the basketball court.
Any soccer player, really. So you were playing the right sport, I guess. You were-
Or soccer. Soccer, I think sometimes is worse than basketball.
oh, for sure.
I sold the fall a little bit better, but it still hurt. Like I had to.
Was it the worst shot to your nuts
No.
you've ever had?
No.
What's the word? You act like you.
I know
are-
exactly where that one was. It was outside of Harrell Hall at Western Carolina University in the fall of 2002.
Jesus.
Wow.
Do
No,
that-
spring of 2003.
Is it
Somebody
that?
came up from behind and like assassinated me, like an uppercut.
up and under?
Yeah, it was an uppercut.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
terrible.
Yeah.
What a dick.
I know.
Do you? I guess did you just make mental memory of the worst cup checks they've ever had?
I don't really have one in my mind that sticks out to me. It's crazy how you. That must have been really.
It was-
It must have been a traumatic experience.
It was a violent hit.
Did you feel it in your chest?
Yeah, I almost threw up.
Oh, yeah.
It was
That
not.
would be my
yeah.
first. That's like when people talk about being attacked, like in the night.
Mm-hmm.
I would just go for the balls.
There's. Have you ever watched? What is it? The
Like,
King of
that
the Hill.
would be
King
my
of the Hill.
first.
King of the Hill. When Bobby goes to learn self-defense, it's like
No.
you're taking my. That's my purse, and then like hits him in the nuts.
Yeah, why
That's
would
what they taught
I
him?
would literally just
I think that's what most
do a
like,
roundhouse to
self-defense
the
classes.
nuts,
One of the first things they teach you.
That is like special
or like
forces
grab
training.
and twist.
The British special forces in the OES, OE, whatever. I can't remember what it is, and my Marine actor friends are going to be pissed at me for not remembering it. But during World War II, British special forces put out a manual, hand-to-hand combat. A lot of it involved shots to the nuts.
Yeah.
Are like different types of shots to the
Yeah,
nuts?
because it
need to learn.
disables your opponent.
Pretty much.
And if you're in combat, first thing you want to do, disable your opponent.
Yeah.
Next thing you want to
Nut
do,
shot.
Disable your opponent.
yeah.
A
you
rapist
what.
pinch. Have you ever had a rapist pinch? It's like you do it on the tender part on the back of the person's arm, and you grab as hard as you can, and you twist. It's a pain. You want me to do it?
Lightly. Lightly.
Subtly.
Okay, that's enough. Ow. Fuck. That hurt. Shit.
Right?
So, dual
All right,
threat.
My turn now.
No.
That is the rule with guys in cup
No.
checks, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you
If-
cup check, he
if you
asked
get-
for it.
That
He's
did.
got
That,
some-
that
asking
pain.
for some S&M over there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd like to do it again. Right in the same spot.
Twist it, Daddy.
And that was not even. I didn't even get a good grasp.
It
you
wasn't a
don't-
lot at first, and then it got painful quick.
Yeah.
That's I didn't know that. That's crazy.
So now,
That's
when you're
gonna-
trying to defend yourself,
It's gonna bruise next time I'm getting
Yeah.
attacked in an alley.
If you do both,
just do Bubba.
Oh, I'm gonna go up to that next time I get in a fight with the driver. I'm just gonna fucking.
The thing is, you want a smaller piece of
Tiny little pinch.
flesh than
Yeah.
like you don't want to grab like a big
Right, big
because
old.
that doesn't hurt.
No,
you need to
you
get
need
like a
a
little and
tiny,
then you
yeah.
just twist, grab, pinch, and twist.
Man, I had something I was gonna talk. Oh, we were talking about getting hit in the nuts.
my friend, you've just been hitting the nuts.
That was a good one. I saw this video online. It's on Instagram of. Actually, I have it. I don't want to show it to you guys because it's really funny. So they were in. It was like in Ireland or London or something, one of those countries. And so, they don't have guns there, but they have dogs,
Knives.
attack dogs and stuff. So the policeman had his dog.
Oh, no.
And he was telling him to. I was telling this guy to get on the ground, and the guy just got up, and then German Shepherd bit him right in the crotch region, and he had immediately went down. It's pretty crazy.
Oh,
And he's done. He's like, "Why did you do that?"
You don't come back from something like that.
No, that German Shepherd was
Oh.
so proud of.
Wonder if
This is
he-
that.
I did good. I
I wonder if it drew blood.
Did good.
I bet it did. That thing is not messing around. Yeah,
Oh.
I saw that and it made me cringe worthy over the weekend. So don't ever, if a cop has a canine with him, don't
Provoke
disobey
it.
the cop.
Because you're not going to get the payback on that. Like that's like
I wonder
they get a
if
free one.
The dogs are trained to bite in that region specifically.
So I had a friend. I know he trains dogs for like either home use, home protection, police, or military dogs. And he would go in. He was special forces, so he'd go in with the dog with the team. So they send dogs in first to get this guy. And yeah, they are trained to go for,
Vital
thighs,
regions.
Nether regions.
genital areas, arms, and he said they'll go for necks too.
Oh, right where that
Yeah.
big artery is.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, he said they did bite demonstrations at Brad Kozlowski's charity, and I was like, "Oh, where'd you get this dog?" All that stuff. He's like, "Oh, I get it from here and here." And he said we left a nut biter at home. He said that he's got one who just goes for nuts all the time. So
Likes
apparently,
the nuts. What you looking at, Chuck?
Well, I just pulled up
doing a lot of research over there.
going over the edge with,
yeah,
with nut
that's
shots. And
Oh, yeah.
all that. Trying to make a good transition.
Right.
I was thinking of a good transition while you guys were talking. Then you called me out for like doing research. But
how much
Kim,
we raised? Actually, how much has Kim raised?
We're a team though.
the total raised by Kim, she's 223% over her goal of 1,000 at 2,231. You recently got a donation from Pocono Raceway.
Nice.
Pocono says in their comment, "No trash talk from us. This one is all about the kids. Go Kim and Tim. Hashtag what turn for. Hashtag glass holes." That is in direct response to Dover, which donated and said, "Dover greater than Pocono."
They should have a bidding war. So now Dover should bid back.
I will say that Pocono's contribution was significantly higher than Dover's, but we're not picking and choosing.
But Dover has sent us free things.
Pocono's.
Says they're sending us free things, Kevin. But I
He
haven't
asked me to pick out a
seen free
shirt to
things.
wear
Yeah.
for going over the edge.
Pocono gave me a couple things at Pocono.
Yeah, remember Brian got that cool swag.
Now,
Does that count?
Pocono has been busy. They had that IndyCar race, so
Just a
Yeah.
little
they had
thing.
other things they had to
They
deal
had to
with.
do a lot of
If it
things.
ain't NASCAR, it ain't. I don't know.
ain't-
It's still
It ain't-
racing. I was
it
going to
just
try and
ain't-
make a.
No, it just ain't.
Yeah,
If
it ain't. NASCAR is the only sport.
My arm still hurts.
Oh, you might actually have a bruise.
Yeah,
there
it doesn't
tomorrow.
actually hurt. It just
Check
hurts
that
when
out.
I touch it.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you gotta use that on somebody.
Yeah. By the way, I'm the one who reported your nipple post.
Breaking news: Kim Kuhn is up to 4th on the individuals list.
Am I above Bubba?
You are above Bubba.
Who's what's the top 5 rundown?
Bubba's not
Number
even
one
close.
is Peter Intermaggio.
The Xfinity guy.
No,
No.
he works for ISC, I think.
Okay. He's raised a lot of money.
Yeah.
We're not even.
Yeah,
in the
Steve
ballpark.
Stum, Brett Suggs, Kim Kuhn, Kip Childress,
Kip.
Winston Kelly, Balake Davidson, Rusty Wallace, and Bubba Wallace. The
Blake.
Wallace brothers.
Do you know Blake? Is that why you said it like that?
Blake Davidson, he works for NASCAR.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like-
Balake. You up now, AA Ron. Jaqueline?
Bubba is
Jaqueline?
close to falling out of the top 10 for individuals.
He is.
Yeah.
Bill McMillan is right on his
We're
heels.
even above Bubba's team now. We're above him individually and the team.
We are number 11 on the overall team list. So we're getting there. We are getting there.
We'll get there eventually.
We will. But Pocono.
It's coming up, though.
Pocono is number 5 on the overall list. Team Pocono. Okay. So big ups to Pocono.
Penske's up there, too.
Penske is up there at number 4. Bank of America, number 3. Charlotte Motor Speedway at 2. And Publix. They're number 1.
I like shopping at Publix.
Yeah.
Those are sponsors. Does that mean
the top 8, though, are tied.
I'm confused, though. If they're a
at the same level.
sponsor, do they still send people over the edge, or they're just donating money?
I don't know. I'm hoping Heaney's coming down and going over the edge, and that's why Team...
Well, Team Penske was on there, so I was going to ask Ryan if somebody from Team Penske was going over.
I haven't heard anything about it. I don't know.
should
I could be the one from Team Penske to go over. Like, hey, guys, I see you donating to this, and I'll volunteer as tribute.
As tribute.
Would you? Would you volunteer as tribute?
Hunger Games. Yeah, probably.
You should come up with a name as you go over the edge, as like Fatness Aberdeen or something like that. You know,
That would be funny.
That would be nice. I do like Jennifer Lawrence.
You would definitely go as tribute for like one of your sisters, probably not one of your friends.
Are we talking about like actual, if we were in Hunger Games?
Actual
Yeah.
Hunger Games.
Who would you, of your friends in the garage,
In the garage.
who would you volunteer as tribute for, if anybody?
Oh, I don't know. I don't like
Nobody?
anybody that much.
I'm not sure there's anybody that I would volunteer for, other than playing music.
Not your siblings.
I got the family.
You got the family.
That's
Would
about
you?
it.
Would you go for someone in your family?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Your dad?
Yeah. Ooh. Dave can fend for himself.
Yeah.
But
Your mom, for sure.
my mom and sisters for
Sisters.
sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one in them. I'd help actually be on the other team if Bubba was. I'd be like, can I go with this one and then attack him here? Yeah.
What about you, Kim?
My sisters. My
sister?
mom, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, my older sister's kind of scrappy. She might take better care of herself than I would be out there.
Yeah.
I don't know, though.
I think my niece and my
My
nephew.
nephew. I was
Yeah.
gonna say my
'cause
nephew.
They're just small people. They can't really do that. Yeah.
I don't think
Old people?
they'd be old enough yet to be thrown into the games of hunger, right?
Although
Is there an age limit?
I don't
really
know.
watch those movies.
You must be this old to play in the Hunger Games.
Just be this
I haven't
tall
seen
to-
them. Got to be honest, never saw them.
Really?
Yep.
I read the books.
Saw maybe one.
I don't
and then I
read.
saw them. You don't read.
I don't read,
I don't know my letters.
I don't read.
but
I don't write.
well, don't forget to keep donating.
Yeah,
For
keep
the edge.
donating.
Be nice.
What is the website? It's charlotteovertheedge.org
/glass case.
/
right?
glass case.
Yes.
Go to iTunes,
Yep.
rate and review,
Like, rate, review.
because that really helps get us out there to new fans,
Yep.
new glass holes.
Yep.
Share with your
Share.
friends.
And I told you what I drove by the other day that we need to go back to is Lumberjacks.
We
Oh,
do.
I
yes.
drove by there last week.
They're doing some cool stuff on their Instagram.
Yeah.
When do we get Blaney's lumber hats?
The second one came in last week. So fight for it.
Let the Hunger Games commence.